Consumers are buying products, but they also need to connect emotionally to the products, and that is where the impact stories help. Though we are very clear that we do not want to sell the product based on impact stories, we ask a question that if this product was marketed without any notion of impact, would the consumer choose this product? And if they're choosing it, you've done the job well. And the impact stories follow after the purchase and not before.
We want to compete as a brand, as a mineral brand, and not for the projects only. We want to change that act of consumption in something else. The stories of impact are very important in our communication. We have like a QR in the product that you can scan with your mobile phone, and you see the projects that you are participating to demonstrate that everyone could make a choice. Every act of consumption is about and is something that could change a little bit of our life.
It's very important that you also be inclusive of the community when you're drawing your strategy, taking the time to explain to them what you're doing, make them excited about it. And once you've taken a photo or once you have made a documentary, make sure to go back and actually show them and see their reactions and take their feedback.
There are people behind the scenes or photographs. You have to respect the human dignity that is behind. At the beginning, we want to be supported by influencers, and we do not be very aligned with maybe some of the people that help us to spread Aguara. It's very easy to say yes, but you have to be very careful with who is your partner in that situation. And nowadays we change our communication channels through influencers that are related to the brand. Your brand it's very easy to attack it if you do not control every word.
Can you have an open door policy? If tomorrow a customer walks in at any time without any sign, would you be open to just show what's happening? We use leather as one of the components in our shoemaking process. Rather than being defensive about, we started putting that upfront, that these are the things that we do and this is what leather is for us. Though it's leather, but it is actually coming from a good source and we're actually supporting livelihoods. Rather than being defensive about things that people might have doubts about, it's better to put them in the front.
A leading daily newspaper approached us and they wanted to take some products from our shop and feature them. And I couldn't really tell if it was selling my jewelries or the community. We kind of fell victim of misappropriation of culture. They actually took the article down, right? But the damage has been done. The greater indigenous community was very offended. We had to kind of take the responsibility and apologize. So you have to be very careful, especially when you're working with communities that doesn't have the same cultural norms as you, especially, right? Of course, we don't want to hurt anybody, especially when we are actually trying to support this community.
As the world is progressing, these are the chunks of populations that we are trying to actively engage with. The gap is increasing. There are a lot of leaders and needs to be created to make sure that even they are dragged along and making sure that equality is achieved through whatever business models that we have. Every lives matters and we need to make sure that everybody is equal.